Hey Aries, your March tarot reading is ready. I'm Eleanor. Welcome to Pink Pearl Tarot. If you can see this, I'm trying a new layout. The questions are in the description and they're timestamped so you can see ahead of time what they are. And let me know if the comments, if there are any questions that you would find more helpful in the future that you want me to swap some of these out for. I just went with what I would want to see in a reading myself. I do have your main theme for March, which is gentleness. And then your affirmation. It says, today be the badass you were too lazy to be yesterday. Never mind that that says girl. It's for anyone. So forget that. Badass of all types. So your overarching message for March is to address any areas where you've become hardened. I think over time, life does start to toughen us up, and that is good and adaptive to a point, but there's a weakness in rigidity. And so you're breaking some sort of cycle or pattern this month, but not through more toughness or more hardness or more effort, but through softness. And you're finding the adaptive strength in fluidity. And also, it's very difficult to find compassion for others when you don't hold any for yourself. So start there. So your first question is how to do that, how to find that softness. Let's get a little bit more specific. You have the Four of Pentacles. So what this means is to look at what's the one thing that you're holding a death grip on. What is it that you're clutching so closely and so tightly that nothing can move or change or come in? It really narrows your message down from a generalized and unhelpful, well, just soften, to specifically loosening your grip on something in particular. There's like a greenhouse effect sort of going on. It's like the protective shield that you have over something could be smothering it or preventing it from expanding. It's like, yes, you're keeping it safe, but keeping it small at the same time. This can be about financial investment choices that limit growth. It can be about dietary habits that cause nutrient deficiencies because they're so narrow, not getting enough time outside, which is like you're safe inside, but you're not getting that healthy outdoor air. It's going to mean something different for everybody. So for where you will see the most change, question 2. You have Temperance. Okay. So what that tells me, you have two aspects merging into one in a way that will make them inextricable forever. As an illustration, okay, this is just a metaphor. You have a glass of blue water and you have a glass of red water. You pour them together to get purple water. You can divide that water into two glasses again, but it will never be blue and red again. It will still only be two glasses of purple water. So sometimes this can indicate twin flame union if that's a journey that you're on. Even if you're separated in the physical world, there's a basic oneness. It encompasses things like being bound by blood in some way, households merging, making your hobby into your business. Any consolidation like that creates one thing out of two, where the two cannot be separated into their original forms without being irreversibly changed. Okay, so for what is your biggest obstacle in March? You have the Ace of Pentacles. Knowing where to begin. What is your first step? So once you get on the board, it gets easier, but knowing where to enter, that's the tricky part. I would say to start with a balance sheet or a list of assets, getting a really clear picture on what you're working with tangibly. There is a lot of desire for change and new beginnings, but that doesn't always translate into, okay, but what do I actually do? So getting started means getting out of the realm of concept and desire and into your daily immediate physical surroundings to find out what choices you are making that can be replaced with ones that move you towards your objective. What money you're spending, what media you're watching, what conversations you're having, what places you're going. And also this thing that you're being asked to consider releasing your hold on with that Four of Pentacles, it feels like for some of you, it could be the seed of this new beginning, but you'd have to be willing to plant it, drop it from your hand into the ground, which is an act of surrender to the earth when you sow a seed. Metaphorically. Actually, literally speaking also. So for the best thing about March, you have the Eight of Cups. You're moving on to bigger and better things. For some of you, this could be tied to releasing that death grip on whatever the Four of Pentacles was referring to, so that you can pursue something more satisfying. There's something that you're leaving in your rear view And that's a great thing. So from here on out, you won't be putting emotional energy into this thing that was no longer returning the favor, which gives you more potential for growth and happiness in the future. So your influence or your impact on others, you have the Eight of Pentacles. This month you're showing up in a way that is comforting in its consistency. People might say right now that you're nothing if not consistent. People know what to expect. For someone specific, you might actually be their grounding constant. You're a welcome break from chaos for the people around you. And for others of you, this indicates that people come to you because you know what you're doing. You're seen as an experienced expert on something with a solid body of work to show for it. For some of you, it is it's your work ethic. The point is, people feel like they can count on you right now, and you're not going to let them down. So for what opportunities you should be looking for in March, you have the Six of Swords. So opportunities to either de-escalate or escape from conflict. Look for opportunities to reclaim your peace of mind. It might be opportunities to disengage from social media or disengage from conflict with certain people or toxic environments. This goes nicely with that Eight of Cups as the best part of the month because both of them are showing us someone's back as they're moving away from something. So you're looking for that opportunity for this leaving of something behind. Even if it is temporary, you should probably take it because it's also an opportunity to be gentle with yourself and to soften. So where you will find the most support, you have the Hierophant. Some kind of social structure. So do you have a church that you belong to, a 12-step group, a community action group, local government, social services, a group that shares an activity together like yoga, dance, or martial arts? You're going to find the most support by a structure of humans that come together in a formal and official framework. So the gatherings aren't going to be like parties or random. They're going to be appointments, meetings, classes, town halls, that kind of thing. That's how you'll know. So for your self-care directive, your final card, you have the Ace of Cups as your self-care prescription. Feel your feelings. For better or worse. Try not to bottle them up, numb them, dissociate from them, or avoid them. Whether they feel good or whether they feel uncomfortable, they all inform. They all need to be processed so that you can be free of the more uncomfortable ones, or enjoy them in the cases of love and happiness, because you can miss those too. It's not just the bad ones that we skip. There could be so many opportunities for love and connection in the environment, but with eyes on a screen or somewhere else, you're not present for it. So I think we can get so afraid that if we let the sadness in for a good cry or acknowledge that we're angry, that we're feeding it in a way that it's going to grow and get too much attention. And maybe if we don't feel it, it'll just go away. But that's like the toxic positivity and the bypassing. It only lets that stuff grow strong in the shadow. It has to be exposed to the light so it can dissipate and move on. Let them flow, whatever they might be. And I assure you that none of them are permanent. So that's what I have for you, Aries. This is a really interesting and great month for you. Much love, and I'll talk to you next time. Thank you.